At the dawn of the 12th century BC, the eastern Mediterranean was a world of giants. Fortified cities crowned hills, and royal palaces overflowed with treasure. For centuries, power had grown steadily, confidently. Civilization believed it had reached stability. Across Anatolia stretched the formidable Hittite Empire. Its kings signed treaties with rivals and commanded thousands of chariots. Their capital was a center of law, diplomacy, and military strategy. They were one of the superpowers of their age. In the Aegean, the citadel societies of Mycenaean Greece rose behind massive stone walls. Warrior kings ruled from hilltop fortresses. Their culture celebrated conquest, honor, and heroic lineage. Their ships controlled vital sea routes. To the south, along the Nile, stood ancient Egypt in its new kingdom glory. Temples towered toward the heavens. Pharaohs projected divine authority. Egypt seemed eternal, untouched by chaos. On the Levantine coast, cities like Ugarit flourished as international trading hubs. Merchants exchanged goods from 3 continents. Royal letters moved between courts in multiple languages. The world was politically divided, yet economically united. This unity depended on bronze. Copper mined in Cyprus, tin transported from distant lands. Without both metals, there could be no weapons, no tools, no empire. Trade routes were the arteries of civilization. Ships crossed the Mediterranean carrying metals, grain, luxury goods, and ideas. Caravans crossed deserts linking kingdoms together. The system was vast and delicately balanced. Then, around 1200 BC, cracks began to appear. Archaeological layers reveal sudden destruction. Cities burned violently. Entire administrative centers were abandoned. Egyptian inscriptions speak of mysterious attackers, the Sea Peoples. They arrived by ship, armed and organized. They attacked coastal cities with terrifying speed. Some kingdoms never recovered from their assaults. But invasion alone cannot explain the scale of collapse. Evidence from pollen samples and sediment cores tell another story. Years of severe drought struck the region. Harvests failed again and again. When crops fail, famine follows. When famine spreads, populations migrate. Desperate communities move toward richer lands, and migration brings instability. As refugees moved across borders, pressure mounted on fragile states. Local resources became strained. Governments struggled to provide food and protection. Internal tensions grew into rebellion. Meanwhile, trade networks began to fracture. Disrupted sea routes meant tin shipments slowed or stopped entirely. Bronze production declined. Armies that once relied on bronze weapons weakened dramatically. Palace economies collapsed under their own complexity. These systems depended on centralized control of goods and labor. When trade failed and agriculture declined, the entire structure faltered. The administrative elite lost authority. In Anatolia, the Hittite capital was eventually abandoned. The empire that once rivaled Egypt disappeared from history. Its records ended abruptly. Its cities fell silent. In Greece, Mycenaean fortresses burned. Linear B writing disappeared for centuries. Populations shrank. The Aegean world fragmented into isolated communities. Egypt survived the invasions, but not without scars. Its economy weakened. Its territories shrank. The age of imperial dominance was over. Across the eastern Mediterranean, literacy declined. Long-distance trade nearly vanished. urban life gave way to rural survival. Historians would later call this era a dark age. Yet from collapse came transformation. Iron technology slowly replaced bronze. New political systems emerged from the ruins. Smaller kingdoms began shaping a different future. The Bronze Age collapse stands as one of history's earliest systemic failures. War, climate change, economic disruption, and social unrest converged at once. It was not one catastrophe, but many intertwined. A powerful reminder that even the most advanced civilizations can fall when their foundations are strained beyond repair.